I'm here today to talk about Minecraft. Anybody played Minecraft? Some of you. For those of you who hadn't, I'm going to spoil the game entirely. Which isn't that hard. There's only really one spoiler. So, like I said, I'm going to talk about Minecraft. Before I do, just a little bit about myself. I'm the director of the Entertainment Technology Center, which is at Carnegie Mellon. We kind of focus on project-based learning and how to apply entertainment technologies across a variety of fields. So it's not just video games, it's also animation, theme park rides. It's not just entertainment, it's education, medical, training. I have a personal website, waxup.com. My slides are already up there because I was a buzz last night, so I got everything together. And I am the editor of ETC Press, this little experimental open source publishing imprint at Carnegie Mellon, where the inspiration for talks like this came from doing books like Well Played, where we analyze, do close analysis of video games, sort of like you would do a close reading of a novel or a poem. And so that kind of is the genesis of giving talks like this, where I'm going to play it live in front of you. And hopefully not die too much. So when I talk about analysis of video games, some of the things I really like to look at is the game design. What are the mechanics in the game? What makes the game work? What makes it tick? So try to unpack that in a session of play. I think what's really important about this game, and I'm going to unpack a little as well, is the development. This game was started by one guy. He developed it all the way up to alpha by himself publicly. So he was releasing builds so that people could play them while he was developing the game. Also in terms of analysis, I like to think about literacy and mastery. We've been talking about literacy on a variety of levels, and I think one of the things people can be literate at is becoming really better game players. So in the same way that you can be well read, you can be well played. Two things that I've been talking a lot about, and it came up yesterday, it's so weird. The idea of snacks in games. I like thinking about food in gameplay. And then the idea of we live in a post-secret society, and what does that mean? And I'll get to that a little bit more. Oh, so let's just dive right in and play. Do I have volume? I do. All right, I'm taking a little bit of risk. This procedurally generates worlds, and I thought I would literally just dive right in, so let's see if we're able to do it. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'll make it work. So this is Minecraft, and I'm in a beach. Go look around here. This is how you start every game. You kind of just drop somewhere. You go some this stuff. There's our sun on the cloud there. I'm in a desert. See, my notes say go look for a tree. Let's see. Oh. And so, like, part of what you do is it's literally a sandbox, which I thought was appropriate when Wendy and Claire first started talking to me. They were just like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "How about this game called Minecraft? Because it's you can swim in here, you can drown if I so choose." No, let's not do that. I'm gonna walk over here to these trees. Part of it, literally, as he's developing publicly, there's no user manual. There's no guide of how to play this game. So, like I said, I am going to kind of spoil it for you a little, but you can kind of punch the ground. So this is sort of what they call the mining portion of the game. So you can quickly start collecting. Down here at the bottom of the screen is my inventory bar. You can see I have 13 mounds of sand now. Now you start collecting materials so that you can craft. Kind of literal in its interpretation. I'm doing a lot of collecting for a reason. That'll be the spoiler. You need wood. Of course you need wood. Oh look, there's animals. Oh, there's caves. Gold, that's good. I got lucky. So you can punch a tree. Oh, it's wildlife. You can't punch a cow to milk it if you want. You can pretty much do whatever you want in this game. That's what's so clever about the design. Let's try to unpack that a little. Kind of like Vanessa's talk yesterday, I'm going to do a day in the life of Minecraft. Oh look, that's sugar cane. You can actually bake a cake in this game, which is really hard to do. Once I found out you could bake a cake, I was like, I got to figure that out. You gotta go find the eggs, find the sugar, make wheat. So, oh look, and what I love about this is, as I was chopping a tree, I dropped some seedlings. So if I want to be like a good citizen of the world, I can plant a tree. About a day or two, then I'll start growing. Push this sheep. There, now I have wool. Yay! Alright. So I got a little mining here. Let's get somewhere. One of the things, like, what was that coal? There's coal here. You can like look at your inventory. There's me as a character right there, and see what I got. You can craft, but I'm gonna hold this right now. Go back to our presentation. So I'm starting a day in the life of Minecraft. I did a little exploring there, a little mining, punching ground. Now, why would I do this? Why would I do this in front of you? I'm very interested in doing close, in-depth readings of games. I think that can help us unpack what makes them tick, what makes them work. Also, I'm trying to provide a forum for critique analysis so that we can talk about games in a more structured, more formalized way. So it's not just, this game's awesome, and what does that mean? Because awesome is a great word kids use a lot. And I'm really interested in capturing the gameplay experience. I think as we talk about media and how you read a book or watch a film, the activity of playing a game is actually radically different than almost anything else because there's that agency involved. So you all are watching me play, which is, I think games are getting better at being performative. I don't know how great Minecraft is, you'll have to tell me. But like Dance Dance Revolution is really fun. Or Just Dance right now, the Just Dance game. People love watching people play. Rock Band, that's a fun game to watch people play. And by going through this process, I hope we get at the value of what the game has. Is it good? Could it be better? What makes it tick? How do you make a game better? And the meaning therein of that experience of playing the game. Full disclosure, I've been playing the game since January. I went to Minopedia some. The community, of course, has created a wiki-style Wikipedia for just Minecraft. I'll be showing you that later. There is one spoiler in this presentation, because there's really only one spoiler in the game. So I'm going to spoil it for you guys. Because I have to. And we've hosted a server. Part of what you can do is you can host local servers and have friends play together in Minecraft. So when I got invited to give this talk, I was like, all right, students, we're going to host a server. Let's go crazy. So I'll show you some of the stuff that the MC Local 700 group did, or grad students at Carnegie Mellon. All right, let's look more at the day here. A little soundtrack going there in the background. So now I got to get ready to see. You can look up. We're about noon. There's the sun telling me where I am on my day. Part of what happens with Minecraft is you have to build shelter. You'll see why in just a second. Those who play the game are like, duh, shelter. Make sure you do something. Let's do a little crafting now. So the crafting part of the game, you have this little crafting matrix so you can make stuff. So I can take wood that I've punched a tree for, so chop some wood, and I can create wood blocks. And I can grab a little, you can see sort of the ratio there. If I take these wood blocks, I can create a crafting table. So if I grab that crafting table, go here. So now if I click on the crafting table, I get a bigger crafting area. So it gives me more abilities to make more things. So if you go here, look, let's make some sticks, because you always need sticks. And since this game's all about mining, let's make a pickaxe. Because you can only punch so much with your hands. Ta-da! Oh, there's a sheep nearby. Alright, where's that coal? Coal's important because there is a day in the life of Minecraft. Ooh, I don't want to fall that far. Alright, we'll give me a little call here. Part of what I love about Minecraft, I say this when I talk to people about what's interesting in terms of its value, it's all about sweat equity. Everything you do in Minecraft, you earn by slowly digging and getting it. A little coal, I have some sticks on my set. Where's my little fort? My maintenance of a fort. So a little bit more crafting really quickly. Let's see, I'll take this. Torches. The sun's gonna set sometime. We'll be stuck at night in the dark. Oops, can I give that coal? Alright, let's see here. I want to get ready. This is how you kind of have to start every game. So you're like, why? Because I want to survive. Okay, that's awesome. There you go. Got some torches. We're doing good. This is day one. I'll try to, like, and a day's about 20 minutes, so I'm not going to force you to play a lot of days, I promise. Getting ready. All right, so when I talk about gameplay, there's a variety of ways to talk about gameplay. This is a little matrix I created once upon a time. Thinking about how to measure where you are in your gameplay experience. And I like to think about it from involvement to immersion to investment. And if you can see a little purple line going from shallow down to here to deep. The green line goes from none of the game completed to all of it completed. And across here is the game playing time. At a certain point, you're just involved in the game. You're learning how to play it. You're figuring out the mechanics. You're just figuring out the control schema. You know, what buttons you need to press to do what you need to do in the game. That's where you're starting to get involved. This is just the early stage. It's usually about 5 minutes. Often they say in the game industry, if you can't hook somebody in 5 minutes, you've lost them already. So it's like, how do you get somebody to want to play this game a little bit more? And if you pass that sort of thing, so that first dotted line is, I'm going to keep playing this game. Now you're starting to get immersed in the world. You're starting to learn, so you don't think about, I have to push button X to do this. You just think, I have to jump. You start learning the game even more. And right here, the second dotted line, that's when you kind of cross into this moment of, to come hell or high water, I'm going to finish this game successfully. I want to win. So you want to have a successful completion in your experience. And so I use this as a way to sort of track where I am in the games, my experience of playing that game. So it's, again, very subjective. This is idealized, but we have tried to graph it. And sometimes you can fall off the curve, and I'll talk about a variety of ways that happens. And often I like to look at the narrative, like Scott was saying, the fiction, when he was talking about earlier, the fiction of a world. What do we care about? Where is it happening in the story? And a lot of games don't have a story, and there's this whole narratology, ludology, on debate out there. But I think, for me, it shows my biases. I think we make sense of the world by telling stories about what we've experienced. And so even if you played Tetris, let me tell you the story about the amazing game of Tetris I had. So that, I think, applies to Minecraft because it's not necessarily narrative-driven in general. So, you've already seen some of the overall experience. You mine, you punch things. You punch rocks, you punch sand, you punch dirt, and you craft. You build a little crafting table and start making things. And then from there you can start building. So, there's two components here. One you're about to see kick in. There's creativity and survival. Those are like the big component of the game. You want to stay alive in the game. I don't know if you noticed in the UI, there are hearts. One time I fell, I lost some hearts. So it's all about sandbox experience. What do I want to do? And a big thing for me is like, what's a project? You start thinking of things you want to do. And then I think a key thing that makes Minecraft work really well, it's very snackable. And I'll talk about that more. And it also fits really well in our post-secret society, where it's hard to not have something spoiled already. All right, let's see if we can see some sunset really quick. Because the days, they do go. Yay, and the sunset up there. It's nighttime now. There's the moon. Kind of trashy day. Oops. Let's see here. Looking around. Aha! There are bad guys out there. That's the spoiler. At night, the zombies come out. If I hadn't built this little teeny fort with some torches, they're looking for you. They can hear you. They'll come searching for you. And the first time I played, I didn't know that. There's no tutorial. So I'm just walking around. All of a sudden, everything's chasing me. And it's dark, and you can't really see well. I'm like, how do I get away? It just doesn't work. You see these guys out there. I would go closer, but I don't want to die. Oh, there's a zombie right there.
Can't see it.
You guys can't see it at all? Wow, look at that crowd. I was looking at my screen. All right, for you, I'll take the risk.
Don't do it.
Everyone hold hands.
There he is. This is actually a skeleton who has bow and arrow. And really, oh shit, there's nothing you can do except run. And he's probably falling in. Jump over you, sheep.
Back in your fort.
Build your fort, put the wall back up. And I can taunt him for a pie.
Still can't see him.
Man, yeah, it's dark. It's nighttime. And I can see that really well. Like, part of it is the reason I built some torches is you wouldn't be able to even see anything at all if I hadn't built torches at night. So, like, I found coal. Yay! And I was taking that risk of, if there weren't coal anywhere around me, we'd just be sitting here looking at a dark screen right now. It's the coal. I'm going to make a pickaxe and go get that sucker. So it's very rough intentionally. It's nighttime and I haven't built a fort. You can't really see and everything's after you. So that's like the big spoiler is look out. Be prepared for nighttime. Alright, let's get away from that. Here. So, daytime, 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes of daylight. Sunset's 1.5. So that's like a 90-second, oh God, must get to safety. Nighttime is 7 minutes, so can you survive for 7 minutes? And then you get a 1.5 minute for sunrise. So that's a full playing experience of the day in the world of Minecraft. And we've already watched the sunset, so we'll just keep going in interest of time. Making the game. Notch is a guy from Sweden named Marcus Pearson in real life. He has made this game by himself. One person. Quit the industry and thought, I'm going to make my dream game all by myself. He then thought he'd do it publicly to ask people for feedback to kind of get, like Diana was saying, testing's really hard to do. He's like, why don't I get the gamers to help me out? So he started offering pre-order. It's actually free to play. Any of you guys can play it. What you pay for is access to the servers to do multiplayer. So you have to sign in to do multiplayer. He's selling at Alpha, I think, at 10 euros. And come March, he had 1 million pre-orders. So a guy by himself, you do the math. Doing okay for his first indie title. He since went to beta right around GDC in March, Game Developers Conference. So public beta, a little bit further developed. He's hired a team of friends, raised the price to 15 euros, and hit 2 million this week. So in about 6 months it took him to get to 1 million, and about a month and a half it took him to get to 2 million. So he started having more sales. So a lot of the interest around Minecraft is kind of breaking all the rules. He lets you play it for free if you want by yourself. You don't have to buy anything. He's doing it publicly, so you get to see the warts and all. When he makes mistakes, the players let him know. Not only that, but he gets a lot of community support. Like I said, there's Minopedia. I'll show it to you. So I've been crafting. This is Minopedia, completely driven by the community. Marcus or Notch doesn't have much to do with it. They give you all the formulas for making things. This is totally done by trial and error. No rule set. You can make dynamite. I got some wool. I can make a little. There's snow. You can make a little jack-o'-lantern if you find a pumpkin and put a torch in it. Compass. You can fish because food helps raise your hearts, of course. Get some more. Look, all right, redstone. Redstone actually conducts electricity. So you can start doing some things with electricity in this world. You can make switches and repeaters. You can start putting together circuitry in this world. Like I said, you can make wheat, and you make a cake. Cookie, that's new. And so you just on, you can make signs, you can make a painting. Like, so the community is just doing this by trial and error. They're letting you know what you can do. Also, there's a monster near me. Let's see what's going on. You can hear him in the background. I hear him, but I don't see him. Oh shit! Oh god, he got me! And he, boom!
Respawn.
Respawn! Keep calm, just respawn. That's why I died in front of you all. Always fun. Just go hide in this pit. For now. Pause. Another thing the community's done, he's opened up APIs for free, so they've made texture packs, so it can look different. Just this week he announced he's giving away the source code for free. So he's letting people mod it from the ground up. So again, community loves Notch. And the one condition with the modding, he's like, you can have the code, it's free. All I ask is if I see something I like, I might just put it in the game, give you credit, but I'm gonna put it in the game. So just, oh my gosh, look how long ago, just on and on and on. These are people just giving new texture packs into the game so it can look differently. There's a Lego one in here somewhere. You can make it look like Lego, you can make it look like anything you want. And like I said, pre-orders. He's making all his money on the pre-orders, and he's now at 30-some million euros. And I met him at Game Developers Conference. He's the sweetest, nicest, shyest guy you'd ever meet. He's classic, I'm just a coder. And I was like, no, you're everybody's favorite right now. And part of it's just he's open and talks to the community, because originally he's like, okay, for the code, €5, is that right? €5? And the community's like, hell no. He's like, okay, code for free, is that right? We've already seen me die, let's not do that again. The game is available on PC and Mac. Like I said, it's free for the first time, and you've already seen, you do a lot of mining, a lot of craft. I think part of the reason it's exploded so much is he is of that old school flavor of its PC games. You need to have a network connection, it's old school graphics, it's old school gameplay. I mean, it's sort of like boiling down to the essence of RPGs. Where you have to mine to get materials, and you craft to make stuff, and then with what you've crafted, you can build things. It's kind of the game in a nutshell. And so he really took it down to the essence that makes it really appealing for a lot of people to play. And you know, the art style is very pixel-based, so it harkens back to PC gamers, and it's only on PC right now. He's announced that he's going to put it out on iOS and Android, but right now it's, you know, he was really playing to his crowd. Oh, I died, what the heck. Snackable. What do I mean by snackable? It's just like Lay's potato, where you can't, Lay's potato chips, where you can't just have one. I think an analog to that is Civilizations, just one more turn. Minecraft fits into that. It's only 20 minutes to have a day. So it's really easy to squeeze in a quick play session. It gives you a complete play experience. For 20 minutes, I get to play the game. It doesn't take up much of my time. It fits into my life. It reduces friction. There's another talk yesterday talking about how you can reduce friction in transmedia experiences. I think that happens in games in itself. Like, how easy is it to get in and out of the game? This game is ridiculously easy to get in and out of. So it fits into my life. And you know, I'm sure all of you in here are very busy and have finite, time is the finite thing we have. So how many games do you want to play? And how do they fit into your life? Let's see where we are. Let's see if there's a sunrise, because I did respawn. That's still my, ooh. I'm in a pit. So sometimes, like at the beginning, help, I'm stuck, they killed me. All I can do is sit here in the dark and feel lonely. What do I mean by post-secret? We're in a spoiler-driven pop culture. You can always find out the ending if you want. Almost you have to be actively avoiding it to not find out the spoilers in movies or games or whatever. There's just, it's out there. And you know, some people, it's become part of internet culture to go, no, spoiler alert, what I'm about to talk about. But you have to actively avoid things. So some people are like, well, you know, there's this new Batman movie and the bad guy's this. What? No, I don't want to hear that. So our pop culture is against us, and it's 24/7. Come on, the entertainment, media coverage, and games in particular. And the game coverage now runs from AAA titles to everybody's talking about Minecraft. You know, there's a certain niche community. If you want to go looking, you find everything you want about Minecraft. Part of what I think is interesting about Post Secret is that also fits into our sort of Facebook, Flickr, YouTube for those of you who are educators, one of the things I've noticed in like the last 5 to 10 years is our students, we usually have things where we're like, all right, we're going to do video, and it's going to be pop music, and we want somebody to get in front of the camera. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Nobody is shy in front of the camera. And that idea of like they're the star of their lives, they're happy to post pictures on Flickr, happy to post a video on YouTube. That translates really easily, I think, into the gameplay where you're the hero. You have that sort of agency. And so games in this world make a lot of sense. People are already sort of conceptualizing themselves as, I'm important, I'm special. Of course I am. Digital distribution makes it ridiculously easy in this world of, to get things quickly. So like Minecraft, it's a download that's really quick. You guys could probably download it right now and start playing. And so that, again, it reduces friction. It makes it so easy for us to get stuff. It's hard to have something, a secret, or trying to hold on to something. Sometimes you can do it, but one of the things, the way around it, and I think Minecraft does this excellently, is how do you enable the fact that your players could help make the game what it is. And so, like, he's released mods, so you can do texture packs. He's opening up the source code. I'm about to show you all the stuff we've done on the server, so it's hard, like, in that way, by enabling us to, digital distribution doesn't only just mean quick, it means update really fast, so you can change things. Like, they're at 1.5 now in beta. At 1.4, he introduced wolves that you could make pets. It was really cute, he called them wolvies. Like, hey, wolvies, just feed them and they'll be your friends. 1.5, he's introduced rain. So what rain means is the zombies can stay alive in daytime if it's raining. So by digital distribution, enables him to kind of just keep giving us a little bit new content to keep the game fresh. And by allowing the player to create stuff, it keeps it fresh. It's hard, in a post-secret world, this is one way to start developing things where it keeps it engaging and keeps it, like Vanessa was saying, like you can savor the experience across time as opposed to, I'm tired now, I've got it. It's just a day-night thing. Oh, let me show you. So, I said I've been playing it since January, I kind of lied. I started, when they invited me, I started in a world, this is my first world. Right here, they're like, look. When the invitation came, I was like, I'll start playing with Minecraft. So you can see my fort's a little bigger. I have a door. I have torches. I have a cake within my cake. Kind of go down here. I've got a switch for my door. I made it. Look at that. There's my little jack-o'-lantern. Because why not? And so this is the sort of first world, and then we're like, oh gosh, we should get a server. We should do ETC server. What do we do about that? And a lot of us who've been playing was like, well, I don't want to just start a whole new world. You know what? I've got a castle in my world. So we actually started stitching stuff together, and I'll show you. So when I say sandbox, it's a type of gameplay, roughly a genre. A lot of games borrow it. So when people say sandbox, it's sort of a game that has a lot of emergent gameplay in it. It's a very open world where it's all about exploration or creation. Multiplayer, often SimCity is a good sandbox, but it can range. Like Grand Theft Auto is considered a sandbox in some ways because it lets you to do what you want to do, and then there's some threads to do stuff. What I find interesting about Minecraft in terms of this conference is like, no, seriously, that's kind of all this game is a sandbox. You can do whatever you want. So some people say, is it even a game? And I'd say yes, because you have to survive. If there weren't zombies at night, I thought that was brilliant. Because zombies at night means, oh God, I just died. And it adds this level of tension of, I have to start pacing what I do. And often you start building a little fort, and it's like, I can craft at night. I can just sit there and craft. I can do stuff at night. And just at 1.5, he released achievements. Let me show you achievements really quick. So he has an achievement tree now. His idea was to try to encourage you to discover what the game enables you to do. Some players don't like this because they're like, oh, don't give it that, don't gamify it. Just let it be what it is because it's already a wonderful experience. But I'd say what he's really trying to do, when I was talking to him about this, was his idea was how do I encourage people to learn? Because some people, right now, the only thing you can do is go to Mindpedia to start figuring out how to craft. He wants to start encouraging you to try to do that in the game itself because he feels like that's something he should do when it's finally for sale, it's done. He wants it to be a full experience in and of itself. All right, let's go dive into the multiplayer. Today is our last day of the semester at Carnegie Mellon. So my students said they might be here, but it's the last day of the semester. Oh, are you serious? Let me try one more time. I have it loaded locally just in case. Oh, they were going to say hi to you guys too. Here's the world. We can just play with this one. So what we did is we stitched together all of our individual worlds into, so you can see this is my island again. Oh look, there's my wolfies. They're cute. I'm having them sit because they will follow you until they die. And then I don't want to kill my wolfies, come on. One of the things that he introduced in 1.3 was a bed. And multiplayer is really interesting. So if you're the only person on the server and it's nighttime, you can lay in bed and it will become day. But if everybody's on the server, you have to get everybody in bed together. Well, not in the same bed, sorry. But what's weird is, playing with a group of students, you'll have people, bedtime? Yeah, there's chat, so like you can, I'm not multiplayer right now, you can, in multiplayer you can pull chat, and in the window go bedtime, and people go, oh, hold on a second, somebody's like, wait, I'm nowhere near bed, sorry guys. But then it holds the chat window up, so you can kind of like, talk while you're in bed together. I noticed I made paintings, you know, kind of decorating. Let's look around. This is where I was going to show you. So this is the world I've been playing in for the last 3 months. And if you remember from the beginning, everything that I had to do, I had to mine and craft. So like everything you see is me shaping stuff. There's a distance, that's some student right there. I've got, let's see, so I can bake cake. I got the sugar cane right there. There's a little portal down to the nether. You can play with physics. I was messing around. Like if you build things, you can then take the ground out from under. And apparently, you just float in the sky. Like I built a little waterfall and then took all the ground away, and it just stayed. Let's see what's going on here. And then I haven't shown you guys the underground. So as you start mining, you have to go looking for ores, like gold and diamonds. And so I started digging. So again, if you think about sweat equity, I dug all of this. And then you hit things like, oh my god, underground lake. And I have all these torches because if I don't, the zombies will spawn down here. They come in with the dark. Oh, I found lava. That's always scary when all of a sudden lava starts coming at you out of a tight tunnel. Just showing up at all on screen. That's cool. I'm gonna go all the way down here for you. Because then I found this awesome underground lake down here. Let me see if I can And it just, it's like hypnotic. This their mind is deep. God, it took me 3 months to do all this. So sorry we didn't get to say that to my students. Like I said, we've been playing since January. Some of us played before, and we stitched the worlds together so that we could play together and start planning projects. I find, me personally, I'm always like, here's something I can do in a night, or maybe a week. My students are like, okay, for the next 2 months, here's what we're gonna do. And then they do it. This is a world map picture of the first world back in January, where we stitched everything together, like right there. That's my world, right there. My little island that we were just walking around on. So we stitched it all together to start in January. This is April. So I got this screenshot from the world this week, beginning of this week. Give you there's the beginning. That's how far we've gotten since April. So this is, again, time, people exploring. The worlds are procedurally generated. Theoretically, they're infinite until you start crashing the game. Because it'll just keep generating a map in front of you in terms of your field of view. If you decide, like I decided, like, let's see, you see that little teeny magenta dot right there? That's my island, in terms of sense of scale. I actually went, this was probably, where's my little cursor? From here to the edge of the map, that was me walking for like 10 days. Just so like, I'm busting out the map. The sad thing is if you die way out here, like there's a spawn point. The spawn point's like right there. If you die way out here, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go walking now. But it gives you a sense of scale. The students have just been going crazy. It's a lot of fun. Oops. So let me show you some of the stuff they did. So again, think about that. We all had to start digging, mining, crafting, and making things. So a lot of it's all sweat equity, and they would share. It's like, hey, I need a lot of coal. Anybody got coal? And people get together and say, oh, I got mine some coal. Let's share. So a lot of the trading revolves around just, it's not in the gameplay necessarily itself, but it happened communally with us. And you can go find servers. You can keep servers private. We kept ours open because one of the fun things, for anybody here who's MIT, we started letting kids come play on our server. They're like, oh my God, I have to go to CMU because the students are crazy. It's like recruitment through Minecraft. And like our students were, like Scott said, they were just modeling good behavior in a lot of ways. They would just be really, really nice. If a kid was on the server, they'd be like, hey, you need some help? Happy to show you how to play the game. Somebody did some crazy tree sculptures to make their house out of trees. There's like their fort's sitting there floating. You can do stuff like this. This, while might not look amazing, is actually they created a railway station. So that these are electronic switches, so if you can see on the side wall here, you can select your destination and it'll automatically send you there. So weirdly, I think that took most of the semester. And they have like the underground tram, the in the air tram, the just normal tram. So here's an example of some of the trams, like he selected a destination, it's just taking around, you can see some of the stuff they built in the background. Again, weird sculpting with nature. Like one of the things I had fun was playing with water, because the water physics are weird. Huge stuff, like big, so man, he had to mine all of those blocks to build that bridge. The pyramid there, and you can play with gravity in some ways. Like if you notice when down a waterfall, you can actually mess around with the gravity and go up waterfalls. So a lot of people create escapes up in the air. But the only way up is to sort of like travel up a waterfall, because the zombies can't do it. What's what? That is again somebody's castle, and if you can build stuff and then take it away, and it stays and floats. So there's a little bit of physics, but he lets it be loose, and people are taking advantage of that. One of our students made like this house of despair, where the whole house was made of doors that were on electric switches that opened the doors and shut the doors, so the house just sat there flat and looked agitated. So we built a little townhome, like a little port town right here. It has a little inn where everybody shares food, so if you're hurt, you can go here and get food. And again, you can sort of see the causeways as they sort of stitch stuff together. And then people just do sculptural things, like you wanted to create this wonderful little, huge, I mean, when you're standing there at the base, that thing's 150 blocks higher than you. So that's everything our students, well not everything, but a kind of quick overview. I was going to show video, but in the interest of time, I wanted to keep it tight. So what do I mean by literacy mastery? For me, in terms of literacy, it's like how do you interpret and analyze what people are doing in games? So the idea of looking at involvement, immersion to investment is one way to do it. There's a variety of other ways to do that, like the idea of Csikszentmihalyi's flow. Jesse Schell has his lenses in his book of The Art of Game Design. There's just a variety with, there's MDA, Mechanics, Design, and Aesthetics, or Mechanics, Dynamics, and Aesthetics. So really looking at it. For this game, I thought it was really interesting to think about its development. Since he started out, well, part of what's been fascinating is it was one guy, did it publicly, he's made his mint on it. And in this day and age, I think that's possible. You can put things, you don't need to be more than a team of 3 to put something on the iPhone. Am I out of time? Thanks, Cliff. So not just about all that, to me it's about the value. How do these add up to experience that has some value for us, not just in terms of playing the game, but writ large, and the value games have in our lives and the meaning they can have for people. Jay McDonald does a great job talking about Fiero, when you're like, oh my god, I did something amazing! And you get that in a game in some ways that you can't get anything else. I mean, I don't ever do that when I'm reading a novel, but my wife cracks up when she's sitting beside me and I play something like, yes! She's like, one of my favorite stories really quickly was I was playing, I can't even think of the name of it, so I'll skip that story, I'll think of it later. Blank. Advance Wars. I was playing Advance Wars. People play Advance Wars? Turn-based strategy game. And I was dead. I was dying. I was in the airport. I was bored, so I just kept playing anyways. And out of the blue, it was like a Hail Mary play where I won. And I'm sitting in the airport, and I'm like, yeah! And everybody looks at me and, yep, I'm one of them. But let me show you something else in terms of value and meaning. People starting to teach with Minecraft. Even before, like he said, he opened up the APIs and now he's released the source code. This guy is in New York City, because like all the cool stuff happens in New York. He teaches computer science for middle school, and he's using Minecraft to do that. And so he's getting into these, people are actually building working computers, working processors in Minecraft. He uses it, and he just hacked it to set up tutorials to help them learn physics, to help them learn math, to help them think. So he gives them missions, and they have to go figure it out. He's just posting what he's not the only one, but he's the one who's getting a lot of attention. And now that they've released the source code, I think any of us could then start adapting it really to think about how to incorporate learning goals within the matrix of what you'd like to see happen when somebody has an experience using Minecraft. And he's started doing that with his kids. So like I said, it goes back to the idea of well played. And for me, well played has two senses. It's like being well read. You're well played because you play a lot of games, and if you don't play a lot of games, it's sort of hard to talk about them. It's also being well played in terms of well done. So I think, you know, Marcus and not that crowd, this has been a well-created, a well-played game. He's made this really well. When I talk about storytelling with games, I like to think about it as ludic narratives, playful stories, because that's what we do. We play, and I think part of it is like Johann Huizinga's idea of we're homo ludens. That's, humans just can't help it. That's, I think, I don't know, animals in general, we all play. And then language comes in and screws us all up, because then we start talking about stuff. But games sort of get us back into it, taps in. I think that's part of the reason games are so powerful and compelling, and people might call them addictive. It's because they tap into that ludic core of who we are, and so it allows us to tell these stories really playfully. And it's this performance that we can have to play together. All of our books at ECC Press are available free for download. You can buy them as well. But we do have this series, Well Played. What we're doing with the series is we're opening it up. We're starting to have tracks at conferences, Games Learning in Society. We'll have a track of well-played presentations where more people will do things like this. We're also going to do it with IndieCade. And we're going to open it up to a journal, so anybody, again, we wanted to me, it's just like how to get more people invited into this conversation of what makes games good and how do we make them better. This is the MC Local 7. These are all the students and people who helped, so shout out to all the people Carnegie Mellon since we were denied access to the server. And thank you all for your attention and time.